What's up, people? I am doing a video on a cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries in the northern Ohio area, and obviously it's the Woodland Union Cemetery. And here is the gate of it. They're restoring this part right here, so once they do that, they'll put it back together. But we're gonna go inside here and check it out. This, once again, is not a Halloween video. This is not a prank video or nothing that is disrespectful. It is simply just a cemetery video of some of the nice, neat, nostalgic, old, historic stuff they have out here. So let's go. There is a monument here that says the Army, United, Navy, Spanish War veterans from 1898 to 1902 in memory of volunteer and for United States Spanish War veterans. That's been there for like a long time. It's very old. I'll show you another one over here. That's been there forever, ever since I can ever remember being ever out here. This is, I believe, a Civil War monument, if you can see up there. Kind of hard to see, it's getting dark. But it's 1861 to 1865 in memory of our fallen heroes. I would believe that would be the Civil War, and this is in memory of the fallen soldiers. And we're in northern Ohio, so I would take it would probably be the Union soldiers, or what they called the blue coats or whatever. There's another old stone there. There's several old stones out here, as I will show you. Sure what this big thing is here, this monument's for. It is massive. It's on its own little piece of land here. It's probably for a whole family. It's got a little vent there. I don't know if there's people inside of this. Evans, obviously. They've been here for a while, 1934, 1941. Maybe that's an alternative to like the expensive old traditional mausoleums. I don't know. That's big though, isn't it? We will go over here and check out an actual mausoleum. These people have been here for a while. As you can see, 1939, 1906, 1908. Now we're getting in the older part of the cemetery, even though this is still part one. But that's a square. Odd looking one there, isn't it? It does look a little odd. Like I said, this is not a Halloween video or nothing weird. It's just a video. I didn't know if anybody ever did a video of a cemetery. It's nice and quiet. It's a well-kept cemetery. It's not one that they just leave go. It's not one that gets vandalized or anything. They keep it pretty well preserved. Like here's an old school mausoleum. As you can see, it's obviously locked up, but as you can see in there, they have like the whole family in there. That's a lot. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 15, 16 slots in there for people in there. That's a lot. At least I think so. But back in the day, people had larger families instead of just 1 or 2 kids, especially if they had farms and stuff and they needed help on that. Here's a little one, little mausoleum here. Obviously this one's been here a while, if they died in 1914. But that's what it looks like. We're gonna cut across the middle here. because I'm running out of daylight and I'm in a cemetery. And this is quite a large cemetery. But anyhow, this is just part one. Just showing you some parts of it. Yes, another very, very old one out here. I believe this is dated 1898, I believe. Very, very old, not even until the 1900s. Been here probably literally a very long time. In these older sections, this is actually a stone carved out of a piece of, like, to make look like a piece of wood. July 31st, 1828 to 1891. Another one that didn't make the 1900s. So a lot of these people were around back in like the Western days, basically. Here's one that's fallen. And that happens sometimes when they have storms and that, and some of the stones are very old and fragile. And some people try to be nice and put the stones back up there. You're not supposed to do that. They need to be professionally put back up there, because if it falls and breaks, then that's a different problem. So you're supposed to just leave them and let them take care of it, as they are restoring different stuff in this. But this season they're running out of like, there's another one that fell off. But they run out of time. And when it starts to get too cold out, it's like September now. It's not too cold out now, but they're working on the front part. The one I had earlier about the Civil War one, they had just redone that one. It was really dirty. It took them a couple months to put layers or whatever they put on it to restore it back to where you could read it and such, and things like that. Like you can see, you could tell this was a wooded area at one time, and they carved out this humongous cemetery. I mean, I literally have been walking around this thing for like 35 minutes, and I'm not anywhere near around it, but I am losing daylight. So I will show you more stuff. This is part one of the cemetery vlog. They got some beautiful trees up here. I think they're weeping willows or whatever they call them. This is just extra land up here. As you can see, the bulldozer off in the distance. I don't know if you can see it. There's the track marks. This is just extra land in case they need it. And they actually do provide trash cans every so often here. Of course, some idiots still throw shit on the ground. I always pick it up if I see it, but it looks pretty clean tonight in part one of the cemetery blog. Anyhow, it's nice out here. It's about 83 degrees. I do have a coat on because there's mosquitoes and stuff like that out here. And but this, I think, concludes part one of the cemetery vlog, and I'll show you more in part two. Okay then. See you later. It's like different because it's so steep right here. Look at that one, just like hanging on there due to the shifting grounds and that, because it's like literally about up to my shoulder. And this little valley here. And then the further you walk, it starts going uphill. And it's got little dips and valleys. It's nice though. As you can see, it's well kept. It's been around for, I'm not exactly sure. My grandmother said it's been around as long as she can remember, so who knows how actually long it's been here. Like, I don't know. Now, I'll research that and see. Maybe I will. Another older part of the cemetery. As we go into here further, here's another mausoleum that's dated 1912, and it has a lot of older graves around it. Like these people all died in well, there's 1957. Just not too old. But then if you walk over here, we got some really cool stuff here. This is like a really old shaped one here. This is an older one. It's like a 1920. But this is one that's always caught my eye out here, is this one right here. I think it's nice. It's like she's carrying a cross. It says Our Darling Gladys right there. Bonner, I believe. There's a thing of it. Here's some other old ones, as you can see out here. This one's huge. These are huge. I'm not quite sure why they're so big, unless that's as big as they made them back then. But I'm not sure. But they're big. And that one's out on the island, out in the middle. This is kind of steep too. A lot of steep valleys and hills in this place. This one is old over here. It's out in its own little island here, which is kind of weird. Of course, this one dates from 1809 to 1898, so super old here. This must be, I take it, like one whole family here. Like it's a family piece of land here. They probably bought this whole mound. And this is actually like its whole family. Like an entire family. That's what it appears to be. This is an old spot right here. It's older, like this whole area. Here's one over here that's actually headless. It says they died in 1959. Not quite sure why it's headless, but it's probably due to age, I guess. This is an older part. As you walk back through here, you can see some pretty old older stones back here. A lot of war veterans and such, as you can see. And the further back you go, the more aged they become. Like this one obviously is super old. Once again, I'm losing daylight, so I'm just showing you the ones out here that are quite old. Here's one, probably for a family. Another old one, 1861. It says on this thing here. And like I said, it's just a very old cemetery out here. It has a lot of older stones in it. And I come out here and walk around it during the spring and summer and fall, just for a little bit of exercise. But we got some nice stones out here and stuff. Here's another old one right here. There's another old one right here. I can't quite read it out. 18 something right there, if you guys can read it. crooked stairs that lead up this part of it. And you got some more old section here. Can't even really read that one at all. So God knows how long these have been here. They're very old. I don't think any of them are legible except for maybe this one. And it doesn't really say anything on it. I'm not sure how old that is. It just said Edson. Oh, here's a date. I think we got a date. 1866. So they've been out here a while. 1866. And we also got another older, bigger one over here. Let's see. It's Miller. This one is like a whole circle. It's got a circle like walkway all the way around it, like to the very edge of this fall off right here where these old stones are. And it's literally a complete circle around this. And it is obviously got the whole family of Gleason around it. I'm not sure who they are. But it goes all the way around in a circle. And then when you go through the center of it, it has sidewalks walking up to the middle piece and another walkway around it. And it has been here quite a while, because you could tell, because this person passed in 1883. So this is whole circular spot here with all the stones on the outer edge of it, and the major stone is in the middle, and then some stones in the inner circle. I don't know if that has a meaning or that's just the way it was designed, but if I can step back, you can see that it's all in one big circle. That's kind of neat, huh? And they have some stuff over here. Here's another big stone. It says Cooper. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what this would cost nowadays to make this. It would be a small fortune to get a stone that's literally that big, because you can see me and look how big the stone is. It's like huge. I'll do this last one here for the evening. This is a mausoleum, and actually if you go over here, it's got steps up. I don't know if I have enough sunlight to show you guys this, but at the back of this mausoleum, it has like one of those I don't know what they're called, but one of them windows that they have in like churches and stuff. Stained glass window. And they put it in that side because that's the side the sun sets. For when the sun sets, it comes through the window. And you can see it come through the window. It's usually brighter than that, but maybe I'll show you when the sun's up higher, though. It goes right through the window and it's beautiful. It lights up the candles on the window and stuff. Kind of neat, huh? I almost tripped going up that stair. That would have sucked. Anyhow, there's another old one. Look how old that one is. Let's go check that one out. Like I say, there's like valleys, and look how steep this is. Like seriously, look how steep this is. This is crazy. Ugh. That's crazy, isn't it? Well, this one is old. This one looks like it is in need of repair. Looks like the window fell out, but it doesn't seem like it's in disarray or nothing too bad. That's died in 1917. That's pretty old. Ooh. It's got some steep hills out here. Anyhow, we'll see you in the next video. The next cemetery vlog video. A stone of plots, a plot of little land out here The cemetery is way back there, but for some reason there's people out here all the way away from the main part. As you can see, this is super old. Probably the last person that was buried there. It says stump. And that was 1945. Not quite sure why these are out here. So far away from the other ones. As you can tell, it's old. And if you go further, all the way out this way, there's ones even further out here, way far away from the cemetery. But obviously on cemetery land that's barely been used. And the last time it was used was a very long time ago. And I can't even read the writing on that one. So we'll go even further out here. And this is a massive cemetery. And you can't even read. Like, I'm trying to get some kind of a... Oh, there we go. So it was 1800s. I'm not quite sure what that says. So these people were buried out here in the 1800s. All the way out here, and this one's even further out. This is the furthest one out here. It's just so far out here. All by its lonesome. And you can actually read the furthest one out, which is 1881 to 1916. And it looks like it says, I don't know, maybe Stone on a stone. An old one. Charles E. Stone. That is Charles E. Stone's stone. And for some reason, it is way out here, away from the main park. And I'm not quite sure why that is. I mean, some of these are so far out here. And to think that they put these ones out this far in the 1800s and early 1900s, and they're so far away from all this other stuff, which is kind of weird. Unless, I mean, I know this is like, they're not using this yet, but I mean, I wonder why they decided to put it way out there and just leave it out there and not populate it with other stones. Just, that's kind of different, I guess. Anyhow, this is my cemetery vlog. Call it part 2, I guess. Call it part 1, part 2, whatever you want to call it. But these videos are cemetery vlogs. I don't think people do these, so I thought I'd do them. And I think that's pretty much it for this segment of the videos, as it is getting dark. So I'll see you later. Peace.